Good morning. You may remain seated. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd, and it's a B-day on your schedule. Today for lunch is mojo shrimp tacos. We don't have a song lyric, but I'm working on it. And now we have a senior presentation by Emily Chen.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily. I'm a senior, obviously. Also, my star sign is Aries. The characteristics of this constellation are vigorous, enthusiastic, and free people, free-loving, sincere, and brave. I'm a typical ENFP personality, which is recognized by all my friends. I have been an energetic child since childhood. When I was young, my mother was always worried that I might have ADHD. I never kept quiet, even when watching TV. I always jumped back and forth on the two sofas, connect in the living room. I guess this might be one of the reasons why my family supports my sports so much. I have lived up to their expectations. I tried various sports with a positive attitude, such as taekwondo, track and field, swimming, fencing, and so on. These experiences have helped me to love sports more. As a senior sports lover, I don't remember why I'm willing to stick to it so firmly until now. I find that in China, there are still some prejudice against sports in today's society. Many parents always say that sports are not important in relations to learning. Children can exercise, but it cannot affect learning. Fortunately for me, my entire family loved sports, thus influencing me since I was a kid. My grandmother is a basketball player, while my grandfather is a table tennis player. My parents also loved at sports. Therefore, I have lived for a long time under the influence of sports. I do love sports. I enjoy the feeling of sweating like rain in my life. In my spare time, I always read the sports weekly. I am eager to know more about sports. I'm fascinated by the richness of sports. The story behind sports can give me great encouragement and shock. I stick to my patience and do not change my mind easily. These sports activities have long been with me throughout my youngs. I don't just take them as a hobby. I always follow my coach to participate in training and competitions everywhere. They have already become a part of my life. Each sport has its own unique charm and interests. Taekwondo taught me tenacity, swim taught me diligence, fencing taught me to learn to use my brain and face challenges calmly. I have to say sports are more like adventurous games. Injuries are always unavoidable during exercise. But at the time, it always brings me a lot of positive attitude and energy. I grew up in pain and it helped me become stronger. When I see bruises on my teammates and they still insist on training on the field, I understand that sports is a belief of perseverance. When we cry because of failure, I understand that sports is a kind of caution. When I appreciate the excellent performance and sensitive reasons of experts, I understand that sports is a crystallization of strength and wisdom. When we win the final victory of the game, each of our faces shows a bright smile. I understand that sports will bring happiness to people, but I hope that my efforts can help to rise my teammates up. I may not be the best at certain sports, but I will make sure that the others shine bright in order for the team to serve. I hope that others will feel the power and enjoy the spirit of sports. This summer vacation, I signed up to participate in the volunteer activity of MLB Major League Baseball in China. I learned and experienced a lot of unprecedented knowledge and challenges with this club. As a volunteer, I participate in the preparation of many large-scale competitions and assisted in the training of players. In order to make more people aware of these sports, I volunteered to join the publicity department of the club. We published an interesting article every day to report the process and interesting findings of the day. At the same time, I also photographed and recorded the highlights of the athletes on the field. Now our department have published 2,519 original contents, and the number of hits is gradually increasing. This makes me very proud, and I feel in love with this sport. It has always been said that interest is the best teacher. In the future, I'm willing to inject 100% enthusiasm and participate in the study of more sports. There may be areas I have never been in connect with, but this is actually the charm of sports. I never feel timid in the face of these unknown challenges. These new things are like exploring the new world for me. I'm eager to gain something in the process of learning. That's all my speech. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Emily. I hope her speech encouraged you all to join a sport, spring one, since that's the season. Now for today's announcements. Believe it or not, the Pole of Truth is back. We're not doing it today because didn't tell you guys, but it's back. I'm trying. And also, it's strings for ensemble today. Any faculty announcements?
He's not out, Mr. Martin's out. I just have a few words. You can stay up here if you want, like next to me.
Oh.
Or whatever. You don't have to go all the way back down. So just a few words this morning. It's day one, this new change, right? We've been 2 years now in this pandemic. So day one, where masks are optional. So it's going to kind of feel a little funny for most of you. I know it feels a little funny for me. And so we know change is hard, but we can do this, right? We've just been through a pandemic together, and we can hopefully get out of this pandemic together, okay? Be kind to one another. No judgments at all. No judgments. If you want to keep your mask on, great. If you want to take it off, you are more than welcome to take it off, okay? No judgments at all. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I might, I thought maybe when I speak, usually I like to bring it down. It just seems normal now. I might keep it up, and by the end of the day, my mask might be off. And I would hope that you wouldn't judge me either. So again, let's be kind to one another, and let's do this together. Just as we wouldn't tell someone to take off their mask in the beginning of the pandemic, we won't tell anyone now to put on their mask, okay? Classrooms are still set up 3 feet apart. Things aren't changing in the classroom, so we'll still have our space. At lunchtime, you may have seen if you went down there this morning, the round tables are back, and we have 4 chairs set up per table. So that'll feel a little nicer, more of a community feel at lunchtime. But for anybody who wants more space, who still feels like they want 6 feet space, I think there will be a few designated tables still in the atrium, and then the squash court has been set up with the long rectangle tables, those 6 feet tables. So if you want your extra space, that's totally fine. You can eat lunch in the squash court or those other tables that are set up in the atrium. There will be no eating above ground level, okay? So no more eating in the study hall, PAC, senior lounge, no eating up there. And no eating in the gym either, okay? Squash court or the atrium. We should have enough seating for everyone down there. Morning meeting. We will continue with morning meeting for the rest of the week the way it's been. So you all in here today, tomorrow will be sophomores and freshmen. You will finish out the week. And then we'll continue to think about next week and what that looks like. We may bring everybody in here. We're just still thinking about it, and we're just going to take it one day at a time and see what feels right for this community here. Lastly, just respect others' spaces. We won't be going along policing. I am so happy that I'm not going to be going around saying 6 feet apart and going like this, and I'm sure you are all happy that you're not going to see me doing that anymore. And you can certainly be side by side, but with people during your free space. Again, the classrooms will still be 3 feet. and separated. I just ask that you respect one another's privacy, okay? Respect one another's privacy, space, and let's not be hanging on each other. We wouldn't do that before the pandemic, be sitting on each other's laps and in each other's spaces, and we won't do that now. So let's respect people's privacy and space. But again, you can certainly be side by side with your mask off. That's totally fine. We won't be coming around with our 6-foot ruler and all of that stuff, which feels great. So again, let's take this one day at a time. Let's give people time to adjust to this post-pandemic life. Let's hope that we're out of it, and it'll take some adjustment. One day at a time. Let's do this together. If you have any questions at all or concerns or want to talk, please come see myself, Ms. Cunningham, Ms. Brooks, anybody from the health and wellness team, Nurse Kim, Mrs. Marlette, I know is happy to have anybody in for a conversation. So I'm so happy to be doing this with you. Again, do what feels right, and we're just going to take this one step at a time. Okay, thank you.
I felt so short standing over there.
I know, I was thinking it's going to be a few seconds, and then I talked for too much, so thank you.
It's okay. Any other faculty announcements? Student announcements? No, everyone have a great day and get to class.